Hi, I'm Patrick Madden, Mayor of the great city of Troy. The revitalization of the Martin Luther King Project is an important step in preserving housing in our city. I believe the project was built maybe 50 years ago. Over that course of time, the systems have aged. Our way of living in apartments has changed, and the apartments need to be modernized.
My name is Diana Ramos. I lived in Troy 10 years plus, and I lived in Martin Luther King 4 years. Martin Luther King seemed like a nice quiet area, and not too much rowdiness and everything, and it was okay for me. Everything's like more better, more functional than the older apartments, because the older apartments were giving a lot of trouble. They were still hanging in there, but there was a lot of things to be done. But these apartments are excellent. They're beautiful. I love them.
Much of Troy's original public housing stock was built to maximize units and did not focus on play spaces for children. We're excited that there will be a new playground, community center, basketball court, and increased green space for families and children who will be living at MLK2.
Places like the MLK apartments, you can see that there's been an investment in buildings, an investment in the people who live there, an investment in the larger neighborhood, an investment not just in the place that you live, but in the greenways and the pathways that you walk in to get there, places where you can visit with your neighbors, places where your children play with other people's children, or someone's grandparent can be visiting with their grandchild. I think community is really embodied, I hope and I believe, in so many of the projects that HCR is able to invest in, whether it's MLK apartments in Troy, other public housing around the state, or any other really affordable housing. Is we are really trying to make sure that we are not just building apartments, but that we are also building communities.
As far as building additional affordable housing, is the fact that the state 5-year plan is coming to an end. And with limited resources and with COVID, we now have to figure out a way to spend those dollars and make sure that we continue to produce affordable housing for New York State.
Many communities in New York State have little or no affordable housing. Properties like MLK serve a critical role in housing people who are most vulnerable. And without this kind of stock, the problems of homelessness and housing the working poor would be even greater.
My name is Monique, and I've lived here just over 90 days. Well, I lived in Troy previously. I've always loved Troy because it's quiet, small. I don't really have too many problems, so I like the area for my children, for me. We needed somewhere to live. We were in a homeless situation. I was in a hotel for 10 months. And when they caught me, I want to say I was like at the end of my rope. So we all three cried together. Like, it was an experience for us because they hated being at the hotel. I hated being at the hotel. So once we got the call that we got the apartment, they was just as ecstatic as I was. The feeling was, it was like that. It was like I could breathe. It was, everything was better. The door opened, the weight lifted. Everything was good. When she passed, if you ask Barb, when I went to the orientation for the apartment, I was crying because I was so happy. So by the time she passed me the key, the weight, the feeling of the weight coming off me was so, it just felt good. It just felt really good.
The residents have been extremely happy. One of my favorite parts of this job so far has been bringing them to see the apartments. They are so very happy and excited. You know, there was one family that I brought to an apartment. This little girl could not get the smile off of her face. She was so happy, so very happy, and it was very moving.
My daughter, and this is a true story, when we moved in, we first got there, because before we got there, I'm telling them, I'm like, listen, y'all gonna have to keep my house clean. Like, I go to work, so when I come home, I don't want my house to be dirty. When we walked in the door and we seen the dishwasher, my oldest daughter was like, oh, you big mad now. I ain't gotta wash no dishes. Dishwasher, it was the dishwasher. Unity, you know, community means togetherness. I mean, I grew up there and I know those people and those people know me. And I feel safe. You should feel safe.